Hi everyone. So I'm going to show you how to set up your Bluetooth keyboard and your Bluetooth mouse on your iPad. And so this is really going to help with any kind of coding that you have to do on your iPad. Um, all right, so let's take a look here. So I have my keyboard, I have my mouse, and if you need to charge them, you can. They might already have some charge when you get them. That's up to you. But if you fully charge them for a few hours, it probably will take. They should last you until the end of the semester. Honestly, they're supposed to last for months on a full charge, so you won't have to charge them very often. But I'm going to set them up with you, and I'm going to start with this keyboard because it's a little easier than the mouse. So what you have to do is on the back there is a switch and you can turn it on. Try to keep it off when you aren't using it to conserve battery. Now you saw when I turned it on, it has a green light. That means it did turn on. So if you don't see that green light, it probably means it's dead. But the light won't stay on because that also helps it conserve battery. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to make our iPad be able to find the keyboard. And so to do that, you're going to hold down two keys. You're going to hold down this blue FN key, which stands for function. And then the letter C has a Bluetooth symbol on it. So if you hold down both of those, your iPad will be able to find it through Bluetooth. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click both of those. And then you should notice that this starts to flash blue. And that means that the Bluetooth is like being broadcast so the iPad can find it. Now let me show you my iPad screen. Okay. And so what I did is I went into settings. And so that's what you're looking at here. And you can see that under other devices, you can see the keyboard. And so you can just click on that and it might take a second or two, and then it adds it to your devices. And so now you can use the keyboard. So if you go somewhere to type, like in the search bar up here, the screen looks kind of weird now because the keyboard doesn't pop up and you can type on here, right? So that is pretty cool. All right, so let's see here. When you're done using it, you can just turn it off. Okay, and it will probably say in just a second, it'll say disconnected. Yep, not connected anymore. But then when you turn it back on, let's see what it does. So again, I get my green light for a second. It automatically connected. I didn't have to do anything again. If that doesn't happen, just go through the last steps that I showed you when you first did it, where you hold those two buttons down. Okay, and then there you go. That's pretty easy. Super useful to use this keyboard instead of typing on the screen. At least I'm old, so I think that, but maybe you won't. All right, now we're going to look at the mouse. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen here for just a second. All right, so the mouse, the on and off is on the bottom. And there's also a button that says pair, which we might need to click. We're going to see. Some of these mice kind of auto do it and some of them don't auto do it. So I'm going to show you what I mean here in just a second. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so I'm going to switch it to on. Okay. And one of two things is going to happen here. Okay, so if you're lucky, this will pop up and you can just hit pair and then you're good to go. Now, for me personally, that doesn't always show up. And I'm like, okay, I have to do something different. But it's also not on my list of devices. So if that's you, oh, look, this one really wants me to click that. I hope that happens to you. But if not, what you can do is you can click, there's a button called pair on the bottom that you can click. And if you click that, a little blue light is going to pop up. And now you can see on my settings, it shows up just like the keyboard did, and you can pick it. So you have two options. Either it will automatically ask you, do you want to pair this mouse? Or you might have to click the pair button. A little blue light on the bottom will flash and it will show up on that list of devices for you to select. So those are the two things. If you find that neither of those happen, let me just say that first try restarting the iPad, because I had to do that when I set them up. Okay, so now you can see my little cursor already shows up on the screen, which is really cool. But I'm going to show you how to customize everything. Yours will probably look different than that. Okay, so one thing you can do if we come over here, there's a couple different places we can go. If we go into general, okay, there is an option here called trackpad and mouse. Okay, and now our mice have a scrolling bar on them, and you can see I'm scrolling it and it is going up and down, which is really cool. So that is some of the settings here, how the tracking speed, so like how fast it moves. Natural scrolling, it depends on if you like it to go like when it moves up and down, like how do you want it to go? Why don't you switch it on and off and see which one you like better? I actually, let me see here. Is this what I like? I think I like it off because I'm old. I think that means I'm old. All right, and then for the mouse secondary click, I'm just going to leave it saying right. I would do the same. I wouldn't change the setting. Okay, so that's one thing you can do, but you're probably all waiting for me to show you the fun part, which is you get to change the color. I think that's the fun part. Okay, so this is kind of strange. You're going to go into accessibility. All right, and you're going to scroll down, and there's something called pointer control. Okay. And so there's a bunch of things here. Increase contrast changes how dark your cursor is. Automatically hide pointer means if you're not moving the mouse for, I don't know how many seconds it is, it will hide it, which is sometimes nice if you're not using it. You can pick what color. So you can change that here, and you can also change the width of the border. Okay, whatever you want to do there. I like the green one. Or you can do none if you don't want it to be a color. That's kind of nice. It's not really in the way as much. Okay. And you can change some other things here. So here's the pointer size. I keep mine huge because I use it in videos. You probably want it to be smaller in scrolling speed. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff you can change here. There's even more things you can do. You're welcome to, you can look up other ways to customize what the mouse does, like making shortcuts and things like that. But that's really all I changed because I'm just using it for some simple things here. Okay, and so that's the main idea behind getting your mouse and your keyboard set up. Please message me if you need any help with anything, okay? So good luck, and I hope you enjoy these and take good care of them and turn them off when you're not using them. Bye, guys.